It is time to create the nectar, to come back home to yourself. I've been sitting in this beautiful energy of that thought and idea, and I created a tarot spread around this. We are going to get into it with spirit, but I distinctly heard that it is time to create this nectar. You are both the butterfly and the bee that's coming back home. And you need to create this nectar for yourself. I pulled a couple cards beforehand, before I turned on the camera, and I got the mask in reverse and the mirror. And it really felt like it is time to pull that mask off and reflect on who you are. So some other things before we get into the spread, and I'll pull some cards first too. I got very distinctly, remember who you are. Remember who you are, looking at that reflection of yourself in the mirror. Reflect on the promises that you have made to yourself is a big one. I saw the color blue. I got the number 0 and new beginnings. A new intention, a new goal maybe that you are to set or have set already, and to have patience. And it was funny, as soon as I sat down to start filming, there was major pounding and construction close by, and everything that happens during a reading is part of the reading. And so I really got this sense that there is going to be interruptions for you, and to just keep going and to persevere. Okay, so we have a spread that I created, and we're going to be asking Spirit, where have you been that you're coming home from? What is home, or you are home, so who are you? What is this energy that you're coming back to? What is the nectar, and how do you get it? How do you get there? Is it the new goal or intention? What you don't see coming, and any additional advice from Spirit. Okay, so let's get into this. Oh, that is refreshing. Mint. So maybe some of you might want to use some mint in your life. It is so refreshing. It's so, that newness that you feel, that vigor from the volatile oils. This tea has many different things that I put in it, but the mint is suddenly very, very much sticking out. Okay. So as in all my readings, I just want to remind you that you are the creator of your destiny. We use tarot cards to help us, that's too many, to reflect on our own souls, to see what we need to do, how we need to take action in our lives. I'm hearing you are the artist. You are the artist of your life. The sun, oh. And when I was meditating before this reading, I was sitting out in the sun with my plants, and this just feels so happy. It's part of that nectar, that attraction. It's like there's something that's just like coming back alive for you. I mean, so many of us are coming out of winter right now that are in the northern hemisphere. Yes, we are coming out of death into new life. And I got this provide. It's providing for yourself too. You know, when I got that, providing the nectar, you need to plant the nectar to bring yourself back home. You are to provide that for yourself, to draw yourself, attract yourself back home. Maybe it's something, maybe you went through something that you really went through a death. You've been in the depths. And Spirit is saying, it is time. It is time. It's time to find your treasure. Protect your energy and space. It's time to come back to do your building, I'm hearing. And it's just such like a yummy energy that I'm feeling. Whew, that flew. Okay. You are worthy. Yeah, this moving forward of like, you've been waiting. Something was really difficult this past winter. It was a difficult winter for you. And you are finally feeling this like impetus, I want to say, to like, oh, finally I can move forward into life. Finally, I'm actually starting to believe again that I'm worthy. Cleansing storms. Yeah, I'm seeing this more as that like action. We need those storms, right, to grow the plants of the nectar. But these storms feels very positive. This is not a negative force storm. It's you cleansing yourself, providing more of that nectar. Okay, Spirit, where have they been? I almost like feel this hesitancy of like, do we even want to go there? You've been hopeless. Yeah, I got the 8 of Cups in reverse. You've been in hopelessness, just drifting, a lot of fear. Yeah, it was a hard winter for you. Spirit, okay. A spilling out. Everything felt like an absolute mess. That's so crazy here. Okay. Lack of inspiration, lack of intention. I also saw confidence, and I don't know where it went. Like your confidence went away. You lost your confidence. You lost your inspiration. And this winter stunk. It stunk. You felt hopeless. You've just been lost. You're a butterfly, and you got lost in hopelessness, in a loss of confidence, and a lack of inspiration. You didn't even know what you were doing. You lost your intention for everything. You couldn't find your way back home. You lost a companion too. You lost a friend. And I don't feel like it was like I don't feel like this was the main thing that put you down into the depths, but it just kind of added to it. There's like not a heaviness around it, but it's just like, and man, I wasn't expecting to also lose that friend. Spirit, where have they been? Nope. You lost trust and stability. There was a broken commitment at some point. It doesn't feel recent. But that is, I think, what puts you into this hopelessness. You started losing trust in people and then yourself. And then you stopped making commitments to yourself. Yeah, you were down in the depths. You lost your sense of adventure. And I feel like that's a big part of you, or at least it needs to be. And that was so lost. Like you lost it. I'm seeing this like spacesuit. You were in outer space. That's how far away you were as a butterfly. You weren't just like in another land overwintering. You were out in space. You were so far out in hopelessness and loss. And then you kept breaking commitments to yourself, which made you more and more lost and lacking more and more confidence and more hopeless. It's just like you're just going out into the void. But Spirit says it's time. It's time to create the nectar to come back home to yourself. Okay, so what is What is home? Or do we want to ask first, what is it that you're to create? No, what is home? Who are you? What is home? What are you needing to come back to? Spirit, what are you needing to come back to? What is home? Wheel of Fortune. The Moon and New Beginnings, and the Fool. The Moon really feels like trust in yourself in this. The Wheel of Fortune is just your fate, your destiny of this new beginning. What does this new beginning look like, Spirit? Trusting in your dreams, I'm seeing, in the Moon. It's very, I mean, the Wheel of Fortune is such a positive luck, but for some reason I'm feeling like still a sadness around this, a protection around it. It's like you're hearing this and you want to be like protective around it, but that's not freeing. That's not the butterfly. That's not the butterfly, okay? What is the true home? Who are they really? Kindness. Okay. Who are they? Or what do they need to come back to? You're an eccentric person. You are very unusual. Embracing your unusualness. Is that maybe something that you stopped doing? Embracing this beauty of who you are. Maybe you stopped being kind to yourself about this. You were so lost in the void that you thought that those special parts of you were not good, and you stopped being kind to them. Structure. You need to come home to structure. I mean, we know that you stopped making promises to yourself, and you need to give yourself structure to actually grow, to grow the things that will create the nectar. Without that structure, without making sure that you water yourself every single day, you can't grow the nectar. So you need that structure. And so you need to come home to that structure to create structure. Yeah, come back to your structure. I think structure is innately in you, but it's part of the part of you that one of the parts of you that you lost. Put a slipperiness in there. Okay. You have been stuck. You were stuck under the ice, but you are you've been stuck under this ice, but this is the real you. This is the real you, running freely. That's who you need to come back to. That is you. Who else are they? What is their energy to come back to? I'm seeing also in this protection card that I brought up that you do need to protect yourself and protect your energy. You weren't protecting yourself enough before. I'm hearing lack of boundaries. You're kind of having a lack of boundaries, both with yourself and with others. And I think maybe that is what was causing you to not keep your promises to yourself. This groundedness. That is the real you. And I love in this card, it It doesn't even look like she's on the ground. And look, we have the butterflies keeping her up. She's close to the earth. She's not in outer space anymore. Look at that. She's coming back to the earth. And she's bringing the butterflies back to the earth. Interesting. She is grounding the butterflies. You ground the parts of you that got lost in outer space. So, Spirit, what is this nectar? How do we get back home? How do they get back home? Your intuition, goodness gracious. We got the High Priestess, the World, and the Knight of Pentacles. I'm really seeing the Knight of Pentacles as that methodical, like you need to give yourself structure. That is vital here. You need to remember, like, I give myself compost, I water myself every day, right? Because that is what we need. So the human versions of that, taking care of your body. Yes, I'm really hearing taking care of your body is so important. Basic things, basic necessities. That's what the Knight of Pentacles, the World. To see, to reflect on your accomplishments. I'm really getting this sense of this, like, reflecting on it, this seeing, remembering who you are. Remember who you are. You have accomplished a lot. Oh my goodness, you have accomplished so much in your life already. And then something happened and you've been out in outer space and totally lost. It's time to remember your accomplishments and who you are. And you are the High Priestess. This is who to come back to. This is the nectar. This is how you get back to remembering your intuition, your power. Remember your accomplishments, remember your power, and trust yourself again. What is, Spirit, what is the new goal or intention? Secret. Interesting. Strength and care. Take care of yourself. Remember that you are strong. And I feel like don't be doing it in the eyes of others. Like, this is not something that, like, you need to be posting on social media and making a big deal out of. But keep it to yourself. Know who you are. And that way you don't have other, I'm hearing, eyes on you, watching you, so that you're not feeling bad about yourself again. It will keep you from going back out into the void and getting lost and hopeless. So for some reason, you need to keep this secret just hidden from, like, big out there eyes. Your friends and family can know, people that you trust can know what's going on within you and the promises that you're making to yourself. And I'm hearing the importance of, like, having a therapist or a trusted person to be helping to keep you accountable, especially with these parts of keeping your commitments to yourself and taking care of yourself, breaking old patterns. Yes. Breaking old patterns, reflection, mindset change. All of this is to be kept under lock and key. Under lock and key. And not necessarily forever, but it's just none of anybody's business. So Spirit, what else, like, I felt this yumminess in the nectar, what else can they do to inspire themselves back home to themselves? Allow yourself to transform, speaking your word and using your voice. This is so interesting because this almost feels like the opposite from keeping things under lock and key. But I think the lock and key is specifically about what it is that you're doing. And the speaking of your voice is simply just doing it. Like, you don't need to announce to the world, I'm doing this. You simply just do it. You simply just use your voice. Spirit, can we get more clarification around using their voice as being the nectar? Because I felt this like energy of a sultriness, a sensuality of this loveliness. And I'm seeing within the voice, it almost looks like a singing. The unknown journey, productivity and creation, stubbornness and inflexibility. I feel like this stubbornness and inflexibility has been like keeping you. I'm seeing, I don't know if that flex shows, that has like kept you trapped, kept you from breathing to use your voice. And look at this person out in the void. Interesting. It's time, like, to paint. To go on an unknown journey. To paint your new creation into being by using your voice. Can we get any more information, Spirit, about the voice as the nectar and the coming back to themselves? Like, how, is there any specific way that they are to use their voice? Oh, using your voice to cut things off. Maybe there's a conversation you have to have with somebody, some of you. I'm both getting the sense of using your voice in creativity and just being who you are. But for some of you also, you need to use your voice to stand up for yourself. To cut something off that caused you to go out to the void. That caused you, I'm hearing, great heartache. And that's why you stopped believing yourself. I'm seeing in this one, in the miser, the stubbornness. I don't know if it was your own stubbornness or somebody else's. I almost feel like it was your own. And it just like a stubbornness of not wanting to cut it off, actually. Of not wanting to let go of what no longer serves you. And I don't think it was like I'm standing my ground stubbornness. It was like, I'm just allowing myself to float out into the void stubbornness. Like, I'm just going to allow this to happen to me and completely lose who I am. And now it's time to use your voice to cut it off. To allow new inspiration. We got the Page of Wands. It's time for this new inspiration. It's so funny how I'm feeling two very distinct energies. One of the past, of this, they're still tied to this, like a tether. to bring you back out into the void. Spirit, what is this? What is this tether? What is trying to bring them back out into the void that's not letting them come back? I'm seeing where we had those butterflies tethered, almost wanting to pull you back. What are these tethers that you need to cut? It's interesting. I cannot pull this hidden card underneath here. Your heart is tethered to something. There's a secret in your heart, or something that was hidden underneath the fact that you are a healer. I hope this is making sense. If this makes sense, please let me know. But I keep feeling like I'm getting lost. Like my mind wants to keep, it's tethered to go back out in the void. Like I keep forgetting where it is that I am in the story of the reading. You are tethered to this something where you were lost. See how they're out on the boat? A loss of the heart. And it was hidden behind the healer. Spirit, can we have some more information on this? I keep feeling so lost. Yeah. So confused. The riddle. There's just still this energy of, it's funny because at the beginning of the reading, I've just felt this energy of excitement to come back. And then something happened along the way in the story of the reading that has caused a lot of confusion. A lot of getting lost because of this tether of the heart that's causing you to forget that you're a healer. This is underneath. This is just stuck underneath this card. I'm hearing that you're not wanting to look at a matter of the heart. It's scary for you. This matter of the heart is how you lost yourself. You're lost out in the ocean, in that canoe. And it feels very scary to remember that, to notice that. And so you're wanting to keep it secretly underneath the fact that you are a healer. Spirit, what? I feel like this reading has taken such a turn. What do they need to do to come back to themselves? You need to cut it off. You need to let go of whatever no longer serves you. But what about their heart, Spirit? An epiphany. Cycles repeat until the lesson is learned. You're tethered. And I think that you are remaining tethered, and you need to remember who you are. You need to take off this mask and remember who you are. Look at yourself in the mirror. You are the healer. Remember who you are. Do not be tethered to that pain of the past that brings you back out into the void. Spirit, can we have one specific card on what new goal or new intention needs to be set? The wise one. Seeing yourself as the wise one. It's that remembering. It's like looking at yourself in the mirror every day and remembering who you are. Remember who you are. You are that butterfly that needs to come back, and you need to plant your own nectar by taking care of yourself and letting go of what does not serve you. Okay, Spirit, what do they not see coming? And if this is not resonating, this might not be your reading, and that's okay. Or it might not be your reading now. It might be in the future. These readings are timeless. Okay. Strong leader, King of Wands. Is this them, Spirit? What do they not see coming? Belief in yourself. Like you're going to finally believe that you are this strong leader again. Protection and soulmate. Look at that dog, soulmate. So this could be romantic, but it could just be companionship, soulmate, right? We have soulmate friends. You're going to believe in yourself again as the who you are. You're going to remember yourself as this strong leader, as this King of Wands. I feel like the soulmate is another being. It could be finding the soulmate within yourself too. But I do feel like the energy is an exterior energy. Spirit, what else do they not see coming? That flew out. Balance, finally. I feel like in order to get that balance like that tether is going to be cut so that the parts of you down on this earth can be balanced again. Reflection, the ability to reflect on yourself and see yourself for who you truly are. Okay, Spirit. These cards keep flying out. It's like this forward momentum. It's happening in the cards, but I'm not feeling it in my body, which is interesting. The soul and passion. You're going to find your passions again. The nectar. I feel like there needs to be something more. More about this yummy nectar, Spirit. I'm still looking for the yumminess here, Spirit, that I know was present. This energy, what is this energy that I felt, Spirit, of this yummy nectar to come home to? I'm seeing the passion, and how did I not even see the butterflies all over this coming back to the eye? Something that you're going to see. A waterfall of abundance. And what did we get? The Creator. And the Poet. Such creativity. Coming home to your creativity. That juiciness, that creative juices. And I'm just like the colors. Here we have the rainbow colors. All the different colors of creativity. And the creativity of the poet. And I feel like this is more of the speaking of the words the part of it where you are to speak out. And it's really funny that like I'm realizing I forgot already that part of the reading. You keep forgetting who you are. So maybe you need to watch this a number of times over and over again so you don't forget, but that you can see yourself in the mirror. Take off the mask and remember how colorful you are, how creative you are, and come back home. Create that beautiful nectar of the colorful flowers that you delight in as the creative butterfly, soaking up the nectar. Okay, Spirit, can we get one last piece of advice? Ooh, Tulsi. Oh my goodness. Love her. She is a plant to help get your creative juices flowing. Goodness gracious. And this card says wealth. I wanted to say that is nurturing, but I meant to say that is nectar. So maybe this is also nurturing, that taking care of yourself, that ability to take care of yourself, to provide wealth for yourself is also part of your nectar. Your beauty, your abundance, your juiciness. True wealth, prosperity, vivaciousness, luxury, beauty. The Tulsi goddess sits proudly facing her beautiful peacock, symbolizing heaven on earth. She raises her arms with grace, aiming them like wands to catalyze magic and wealth. You are magic. The fountain is centered between the goddess and peacock. And I see this fountain in this as well. The fountains of abundance. The fountain is centered between the goddess and peacock, representing the wellspring created between earth, the manifest world, and heaven, the spirit world. Peacock embodies the medicine of auspiciousness, magic, and beauty, reminding us that we are the living gateway to the greatest of mysteries. Tulsi is here today to teach that the key to Jupiter's doorway, abundance, and wisdom is to live, create, and communicate from a place of wonder, innocence, and impeccability, rather than doubt and confusion. Create, create, create. Don't be fooled by material possessions or the vanity often worshipped in the material world. Tune into deeper realities that abound around you. Be spontaneous and celebrate your temple just as you are. See yourself for who you are. Beautiful. All right, that's what I have for you today. If you want to watch more, I'll put a video here. Have a great day.